Today we're looking at the HawkEvo 4K dual dashcam model HEDC001. 4K plus a 1080p dual recording. This has a front and rear camera. Superior night vision. Also has GPS and the G sensor. Let's get it opened up and check it out. First thing we have here is our camera itself. Feels very solid, lightweight, not extremely heavy. Let's see what else we have here. This should be the GPS part of our camera, our power cord, our rear camera, cable clips, as well as our, they call it a crowbar. I call it more like a crevice tool. It's to pull things like your headliner and upholstery over a little bit and wedge it up in the crevice of the opening. Thank you card and our user manual. Let's go over some of the basics of this camera. Over on the side we have our charging port. On the other side we will have our rear camera port and a micro SD card slot. On top, we have our power button, and it looks like in this area right here will be our microphone. We're on the screen side. We'll go over this again in a moment. We have our fire indicator and a recording indicator light. We'll have our speaker on this back side, and our magnetic connection, and of course our lens. And this display screen is a 3.16. Viewing angle of 170 degrees on the front and 140 degrees on the rear camera. Has an aperture of f1.6, so it should do pretty good at night. Any low numbers like this have a better night vision. It does have the built-in G sensor, which means if you have a sudden impact or something, it will lock that portion of the video and save it so it won't be getting written over. This does have loop recording, so at the end of your SD card size, you know, if you reach your maximum, it'll start overwriting the oldest clips. You know, that G sensor will lock that clip so you won't lose that. This will show you how to run your cables, and it will accommodate a 32 gigabyte to a 256 gigabyte SD card. This does have the app for Android and iOS. That way you can download the app and be able to start and stop the video, be able to save video clips to your phone. Some different little features. Looks like it has a GPS player installation. To download the free GPS player, visit HawkEvo.com. Get this thing fired up and check out some of the screen displays and settings. This does have the USB port on the back here, so if you have something else you need to plug in, there you go. Get this plugged in and remove this. Please insert an SD card. Unfortunately, this did not come with an SD card, but fortunately, I do have one. Okay, we will get our SD card inserted. Rebooted when I put the SD card in. Please format the SD card for the first time using, okay? This is touchscreen, by the way. Formatting completed. Like I said earlier, on your GPS, it will display your miles per hour. You have your timestamp. Go into the settings here. Video settings is set at 3840 by 2160, which is 4K. G-sensor medium. Like I said earlier, that's if you get into a wreck or some sudden impact of your car or the camera itself, it will lock that portion of the recording. Loop recording is set to 1 minute. You can change this to 3 minutes if you so desire, or you can turn it off. We'll leave it set at 1 minute. Change the sound. Date stamp is on. There's other features on here that I'm not going over. I'm just going over the basics and get us started. System settings, time zone, language, beep sound, PS on, your mile per hour. You can change that to kilometers as well. The touch screen is pretty nice. Our GPS port, and this is our GPS port and the mount for the camera that you will attach to your windshield or wherever you want to place it. This will just sit in here, just like that. You can pivot that to get it at the right angle. Pretty nice there. I think it's going to have a pretty clear picture, but we're going to get out and try it out. We'll get this rear camera up and going. Like I said, it's got the little plug right there. It will just plug right in to there. And we have our rear camera. We'll go ahead and get that plugged in, just so we can get an idea of what the screen will look like. It has a split screen. Over on your left is the main camera. Over here on the right is our rear camera. Seems to be upside down. There we go. Right here in the system settings, you can go to camera display, and you can change that from a split screen to just the rear camera to just the front camera. Let's go get it hooked up and check out some sample video footage. We'll start by getting our front camera mounted, and then we'll get our rear camera mounted. Now you can run these cables up under your headliner, down this, and around here. Pretty much anywhere you want to, as long as they're out of your way. Should be good. Maybe that's about where we'll need it. We're just gonna put this one right here for now. Put that in the position you want. There you go. And you'll just run your cable either up and around and down to your outlet. We'll go ahead and get our rear camera mounted. Run that cable same way. Up, all the way down through here, or you can run it up and down right here and then down your floorboard. Just whatever is most convenient for you. We'll just plug in our rear camera and the side of our front camera, and we should be good to go. As you see, I have my cable running up above the headliner and right down this side. Comes out right in here, runs down through here. You go up under here, run it all the way to the back. Comes out right here, and then right to the rear camera. Simple as that. Let's check out some footage, see how well it records.